3 years ago, I got placed in silver and I climbed all the way to top 2400 RR Immortal 3. In the next 3 minutes, I'm going to give you advice that I wish I knew 3 years ago, so let's get into it. Aim isn't as important as you think. If you have a really bad aim, then yes, you need to work on it, but most people don't. I've coached lots of people, and only once have I really noticed someone's aim be the problem. People lose gunfights and instantly blame aim, but more often than not, it's either their crosshair placement is bad, they don't know how to peek properly, or they don't have a good understanding of angle advantage. The best way to fix those three things is to go into deathmatch and focus on one at a time. Don't care about winning or losing, just focus on that one skill and try to improve it. I also wish I knew how important consistency was, and I don't mean consistency in game. From game to game, you're going to encounter lots of randomness, like bad teammates, smurfs on the enemy team, people running through smokes. That stuff is hard to control. When I say consistency, I mean consistency of my inputs, which are things that we have 100% control over. Sticking to a basic warm-up routine, like 5 minutes in the range, followed by 1 DM, helps me play so much better in my first game, but for some reason, I just used to skip it. But the biggest consistency problem is taking large breaks from the game. Michael Phelps, the swimmer with the most Olympic medals ever, said that for every 1 day he takes off, it takes 2 days to get back to where he was, and it applies to any skill, including Valorant. Taking big breaks from the game leaves you rusty, meaning the first 10 games you play after you come back are spent relearning mechanics and getting your awareness back. On top of that, while you're away, other people in your rank are getting better at the game, so your competition is leveling up while you aren't. And look, if you don't feel like queuing up, don't queue up. Valorant is a game, not a job. Just be aware that taking large breaks isn't good for progress, and if I never took large breaks from the game, I think I could have reached a higher peak than I have. Another trap that slows down progress is spam watching educational content, and yes, even including mine. Look, learning is good, but you don't learn things by just watching YouTube videos. The way that you learn is by gaining knowledge or a piece of information, applying it in your own games, and then analysing the result. If it went well, good, keep doing it and rank up. If it went bad, obtain some new information or tweak something and try again. Repeating this learning process is how you actually make progress. Spam watching content gives you the illusion of making progress, but the knowledge gained means nothing if you never use it. On top of that, you're going to hear lots of conflicting information which will just confuse you. You're going to listen to one person who says the Vandal is bad, and then watch a clip from a pro player who tells you he never buys Phantom and only picks Vandal. And guess what? Neither of them are wrong. There's many ways to reach high elo in this game. You've just got to figure out which advice is useful to you by applying the advice in game. If you like the video, you can subscribe, and if you want coaching, you can click the link in the description.